In this video, I want to show you a couple of ways in which you can wrap text around images. Now, the first way I'm going to show you is a way that we're not going to be adding to our infographic, but it is a pretty cool method, so I wanted to cover that in this video. So to do this, let's go ahead and grab our move tool and move our image a little over to the middle here, and then let's grab our paths tool, and then somewhere over on the left, just left click on the mouse button, and somewhere equally on the right, left click, and then in the middle somewhere, just left click, hold and drag it up above our image. And you can make some adjustments here by grabbing these handlebars and doing that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of other uses for this paths tool than what I'm demonstrating here. But let's go ahead and grab us some text. And I've got some on my little notepad over here. And grab our text tool and open up a little text box, paste my text in there, and right click, and then left click on text along path. Boom. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Now you can make adjustments here by the size of the box that you have, and whether you have it left justified, right justified, or centered, as well as the size of the font. Now let's go ahead and throw some color on this guy. And frankly, I don't need this text box up here anymore, so let's go ahead and hit the eyeball and get rid of it. And let's create a new layer. Make sure that it's transparent. Click on OK. Now then, with this, you'll be able to check out under the Paths dialog box up here. And if you don't have this, then you hit this little arrow right here, go to Add Tab, and then I know this is just outside of the video, but that's basically it. You go to Add Tab, come on down here and find the Paths, and left click on that, and that will open up your Paths dialog box. And then you come on up here and you right click and click on Path to Selection. That gets the old marching ants going along there. And then you come on over here to your color selection and choose in the foreground the color that you want your text to be. So just left click there, and I'm going to choose this dark blue, and let's make it a little bit darker. Click on OK, and then right click, go to Edit, and you want Fill with FG Color. That's the foreground color. You can do the same thing using the shortcut keys, holding the Control key down and hit the comma key. But I'll just go this route here, and you can see how it changed the color. And then right click, select None, and hit the eyeball on the Paths tool. Hit the eyeball, and there you go. Come on back to your layer selection. Let's go ahead and rename this by choosing the Edit Layer Attributes and name it whatever you want. That's one way. Let's go ahead and undo all this stuff. Do the Undo tab, and I think I need to go back one more. Yep. Come on back to Layers. Now let's go ahead and grab our title text. Grab our text box, make sure that's right. 25, I think that's right. But I need black as far as the font color. Okay. And I'm going to move this over a little bit to the left, so grab my move tool, and as you can see, it's shifting on me over here, so I want to hold my shift key down on the keyboard whenever I make the selection so it doesn't shift on me, and just move that right over in there, and grab my content text. Now I'm going to have this text wrap so that it starts over here and then continues below the image. To do that, we need to grab our text tool, and we need to make our little text box here, including the image. We can make some minor adjustments here in a second. We just paste our text in there. Make sure we got the right color, the right size. I think I need that to be 20. That'll work. Now then, we put our cursor on the text that we want to move to the right in this case, because this is left justified. That's the way I want it. But we put our cursor right on the beginning of the text we want to move, and then hit our tab key numerous times until it moves it to where we want. And with the box being fixed here, then it's going to wrap the text the way that we want. Do the same thing to the second line and the third line, and so on until you get it set up the way you want. Now if you have a whole lot of text here, you may have to start all over again and just simply create your box and make it bigger. But I've done this enough times now to where I know this is about the right size. Of course, you can always make the text inside the box smaller too. That's another option. Okay, so cursor over here, tab, 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 until it lines up. Cursor over here, tab, 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 tab. Nope, too many times. And that looks good. I can now grab my move tool, select this. As you can see, it's shifting on me over here, so hold my shift key down so it doesn't shift, and just move that on down and over to where I want it. That looks good. That will do just fine for me. And that is a couple of ways in which you can wrap text around images. Next up, we're going to cover a nice little tool over here on rotating your images.